Hey, what's going on, Vikings fans? It is Skol back again with another video. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about the Minnesota Vikings' brand new identity. And it is something I'm very excited about. And it's something that I was kind of looking at their free agency, looking at their offseason, seeing the moves they make. And the Vikings seem like they're going in a direction that I really support. And it's a championship direction. Yes, it's going to be a long process. However, they're making a lot of the right moves for the long term and for the big picture. And it kind of bothers me when I see some fans saying "Oh, we're getting rid of all these guys. What are we doing? We're gonna be 5-11 next year." No, we're not. I'll tell you that right now. We're not gonna be 5-11. We're gonna be a good team next year. I don't know if we'll be great, but we're gonna be a damn good team next year. And I'm gonna tell you why. Now, why I think the Minnesota Vikings are gonna have a good year next year is because they are building identity in the offseason. Now, the identity I believe they're trying to build is this dog mentality identity. And they're almost embracing the underdog, and they're embracing the grit. They're embracing the toughness, which is something, honestly, Vikings teams have sort of lacked in past years. It's this mental tough, it's this physically tough, and this overall tough team. Vikings have always had skill. They've had one of the best rosters in the NFL. They've always had talent. They've always had deep at every position. However, they never really had that mental toughness, it felt like. Even in 2017, it was never really "Oh yeah, we're going to impose our will on a team." That was the Eagles. The Eagles were a tough team that year. They were mentally tough, physically tough, and they came to play every game. And honestly, I think that's where the Vikings are trying to go. Yes, we are taking a step back talent-wise going into this next upcoming year. However, we're taking a step forward when it comes to mental toughness and just true identity of a football team. And frankly, I think that's where championships are won, is through identity and culture. And it seems like the Vikings are building this new culture where it's dog, where we're bringing in guys like Anthony Zetto, dog, Tajay Sharp, unproven, wants to prove himself. Building around a guy like Kirk Cousins, who has been doubted his whole career. Nobody has ever, on any media platform, really bought into Kirk Cousins, and he's heard it all. Adam Thielen, undrafted, Division II. We've all heard the story. One of the coolest stories of all time in the whole National Football League is where Adam Thielen is now. We're also getting rid of guys like Diggs. Diggs, toxic, diva. Yes, he was great. I'm not denying that. Diggs is a phenomenal player. I'm not going to be bitter and say he's not. However, Diggs was a diva late on in his career with the Minnesota Vikings. You know what we decided to do? Move him out. Bring in Tajay Sharp, someone who's hungry. Guys like Irv Smith stepping up this year, hungry. Dalvin Cook falling to the second round, hungry. Guys like Danielle Hunter not getting as much praise as guys like Khalil Mack or Aaron Donald, still hungry. Eric Kendricks, Anthony Barr, dudes who are still hungry. Harrison Smith's always played with that edge. Anthony Harris, undrafted, he's hungry. Holton Hill had all of his off the field issues. He's hungry. We got a bunch of dudes who want to prove themselves. You know what? You can say what you want about the offensive line. I know Elflein has a grit. At least he wants to be here. Bradbury, grit. Bradbury's going to develop. He's hungry. He wants to prove himself. All of these guys want to step up and make huge contributions this upcoming year. You look at Ifedi. He's still hungry. He's never really been a star, and he's building off a season last year where he's going to be a star. That's the identity the Vikings are building around. They're building around players like that who are hungry and who want it, who want to win, who want to be that guy. We got a bunch of dudes who have a chance to step up this upcoming year. And honestly, I don't know if the Vikings are going to be a Super Bowl contender. But I tell you what, teams who have that toughness, they don't get blown out in games. They don't lose games they're supposed to win. Vikings are going to show up next year. And you know what? I think it's going to be, normally Vikings, they take care of teams that they're supposed to and always lose to teams they're supposed to lose to. I think it's going to be different next year. I think the Vikings are going to be dogs in a lot of these big primetime games against good teams. And I could see the Vikings sneaking a couple of those out just because of that dog mentality. And I'll tell you what, that dog mentality started in New Orleans last year. That underdog, that we're hungrier. We don't care that we're dogs in this game. And yeah, that didn't really translate to San Fran. However, nobody could really like mess with San Fran in the NFC last year. They were on a whole different level because they had dog. Now, I'm not saying this whole culture thing is going to make the Vikings an automatic Super Bowl contender. However, each Super Bowl winner in the history of the NFL has had an identity. Every single Super Bowl team has had an identity. This past year, the Kansas City Chiefs, their identity is, frankly, we have Pat Mahomes and you don't. We're faster than you. We have the best play call. Frankly, the Chiefs' identity was like, you can't stop us. And they knew that going in every game. And I think the Vikings' mentality is like, we're going to rough it up. We're going to pound this rock. And we're going to hit you deep with play action. We're going to beat you up in the trenches, which is something I want them to go make moves and go get big offensive linemen and follow this identity I feel like they're going towards. Now, let me know what you think in the comments. I know a lot of Vikings fans are down on this offseason. I know that. However, I don't think the Vikings fans are thinking about this all the way through. This isn't like Madden on a video game where it's just talent's the only thing that matters. The talent only goes so far, and we saw that with the Browns last year. The Browns had one of the best rosters in the league. They were awful. It starts with identity and culture, and the Vikings are trying to build something here, and I am fully behind it. They're building around guys who want it, who want to be here, who have dog. Let me know what you guys think down below. This is my take on the Vikings offseason so far. They still have a lot of moves to make, but I think the Minnesota Vikings have found their identity and are building a dog mentality culture. Thanks, guys. I'll see you soon. Let me know what you think. Leave a like. Would love if you subscribe to the channel. All right, I'll see you guys later. Peace.